I'm back at it again here. Yesterday I just took this thing out for about a 50-mile drive, so I'm going to check the oil and everything. And it's probably going to rain, which is weird because we're in Los Angeles. This is the aftermath of that awesome cleaner. It took a lot off. If I put it on again, I bet you it'll be perfectly clean, which is rad. And I was just straight. I wonder if I mixed it with the other stuff that I was using to clean the car with. Anyhow, the oil should probably read low, but I want to see what it's doing after the Marvel. Actually looks a lot better. This shit was literally burnt to a crisp and literally empty. And it's full now. It's halfway up the thing. Oh, it feels really good. I'm checking it with my fingers. It feels great. That's ridiculous. That did a lot. Dude, this thing has got a lot of viscosity. That's nice. The oil was shot. Like, I wonder if you could literally just get away with adding that to shitted oil and just drive on it, because maybe I'll just do that, because that oil feels great. Just keep adding Miracle when it's burning out the oil. But this battery, I just noticed too, right, it's not even hooked up. See, I don't know where the mount is, but this thing is chilling, and I was running this around hard. Dude, yesterday I took it off-roading. I even did like some 180s and shit, just to see how it handles. Did a few brake tests on it, but this battery's just floating, bro. They just let it just... That's funny. I'm glad I noticed that. I went through some mud too. Yesterday it was really mudded up. It was wet, thick mud. I went through it a few times. Oh, it's still wet right there. It's hard to find mud in LA. And then I just cleaned it. I haven't really cleaned it yet. Hey, it looks almost like a normal car now. After the vacuum, I vacuumed it, the $1 vacuum at the car wash. But it does almost look normal. If I had the cover, it'd look perfect. But I don't really know if I'm gonna put that on. It just gets in the way. Look at the mud, dude. And I think this car has 3 different tires on it. This is a Kelly 205. Maybe 4 different. That would be hilarious. Let me see. I think these are the same. No, they're not. This is a Continental. So I think it's 4 different. Kelly, Continental, Goodyear. Because, wait, this is hilarious if it is 4 different. This whole car was misadvertised. And this is a Champion, or no, what is that? A Champiro. Ooh, got the crazy tire on this side, the one you've never even heard of. Holy smoke. I hope they're all 205s, but that's awesome. So this guy had it on there for $1,200 and acted like it was a decent deal. The car is full of fucking trash. And it's like, I still got a good deal because I know how to deal with it, and I got it for $550 delivered. But imagine someone like getting hoaxed into buying this for $1,200 and having 4 different tires, a floating battery. He bragged about the battery. That was one of the things he bragged about. And look at this. This isn't even all the trash. This is probably 3/4 of the trash from in the car. It's insane. It's just wild. But imagine like how Craigslist is so insane. But my whole thing is I'm just about saving money and putting it in people's heads that you can get a good car. Because I just drove this. Dude, I wish I had a fucking good camera. I was going over 80 miles an hour, but not all the time. But I went up to at least probably 82, 85, which is fast for this little car. But cruising at 75, very smooth on the freeway. Not very smooth, but I'm used to bigger cars, but smooth enough. And it drove nice. No issues. The brakes work really good. He did just change those. I'm probably going to check the air filter. And I put $20 worth of gas in it. I got $10 at one station and $10 at another station. Just because I was in a shitty neighborhood and the gas was expensive. Otherwise, I would have just got 20. But then it was literally went from $3.50. It's crazy here. It went from $3.59 a gallon. The other station, $3.09. So it's like, why not? That's literally 50 cents per gallon. And the other station I like better, which is funny. Oh, what else? Oh, let me grab that alcohol real quick. It's right there. I'm going to put some... I was thinking of adding... I won't do that. Oh, look what I just noticed. Holy smoke. Because I was thinking the windshield wiper was bad. I don't even know if you can see that. That's crazy. It's mounted in there sideways. That's rad. Look at that. Because the blade itself, the rubber part, is all rubber. So it's not... Look at how it's bent. But it'll go back. It's all rubber. Dude, look at that. So this is just metal right here. I was like, why is the windshield wiper so shitty? Like from here to here was nothing. And then this isn't even hooked up down there. Look at that. This whole car is insane. Imagine someone buying this car. Like, this is the epitome of a Craigslist nightmare. But at the same time, if you have the skill and you're not like a kid getting hoaxed, you got a good deal. Not a drop of oil, dude. This car doesn't leak a drop. I drove it hard, dude. I was going hard on this car. I did several burnouts in it. I went through dirt. I went through fucking big bumps. Not a drop of oil. I got as hot as you could get it on the freeway, on side streets. I probably put like 75 miles on it, actually. I didn't check the odometer until later, but I drove it for a fucking 2 hours. I went to Home Depot. I got a fire extinguisher. Dude, 4 different tires. They're in pretty good shape though, but imagine that. How fucking much of a hoax can you get? 4 different tires, dude. Craigslist is the fucking best, man. Oh, that is amazing. Who puts 4 different tires on a car? Like, that's a and it has a cracked windshield. The check engine light's on. The guy doesn't say anything about the car, and before he brings it, the only thing he thought to say is that, is it cool if there's not a radio? Because he was going to bring it at $600. I agreed, and he said he'd bring it at $600, deliver it and everything. And he goes, it doesn't have a radio. He said something else that was really bad with it. I forgot what he said. But he mentioned the radio, and then I was like, no, I'll do $550 because I agreed at whatever. What is this? Is the oil thing up there? Yeah, it's probably so long ago. Yeah, the oil was empty on it. If you would have driven it like this for another week, it would have blown the motor probably, just because of lack of oil. But he said it had before he came, he goes, the radio, something about it is not there. But he said something else that was really bad, like the radio and something else. Doesn't say anything about the sticker covering the dent. Better yet, that it takes 2 keys. This is the wildest thing. 2 keys to open the car, and both doors are different, and one of the doors matches the ignition. It's literally a fucking hoax. It's like a circus car. And I already drove it. It got a little bit dirty, but this is after I cleaned it. It looks decent, but it's still fucked. Dude, this has been spray painted. This used to be red. Like, someone spray painted it red over the original color, which whatever it was, probably gray or black. And then they went back to black. It's pretty clean. I didn't even shampoo it. I literally just took out the mats and vacuumed it. And the headliner is pretty good too, actually. This mirror sucks because this thing doesn't stay up. See how the light turns on? But it sits right there. So it'll still keep the light on, but it's fucked. Because it's been used so much. The other one doesn't have an issue. The repair to the door held up. I checked it many times yesterday. He kept opening it on purpose just to see if it was going to hold. Because if it wasn't going to hold, I'd have to add to it. This cigarette lighter works for power. I don't know about the other one. I haven't tested it. But it looks like shady. Like someone got water on it. It looks like it was at the ocean, dude. It's got like fucking calcium and lime and shit. See, that's glue. That shit that you see is glue. That ain't shit that I could have gotten off. Because I used a scrub brush on this. I scrubbed this door so much with that wheel brush that the window buttons weren't working. Oh yeah, look at the Ford seat cover. It sounds crazy. I looked at every single one. I unboxed them. Even though this one doesn't go all the way around, this was somehow the best, least gay one that had the most real material that didn't just look insane. And it was still like $30, and some of them went up to 40, and I was looking at all of them. They all sucked. But this seat was so nasty, I didn't even want to deal with it. But I can always take it back too, because I kept the receipt. You can always be like, yeah, it didn't fit. Even if it's like fucked, they're not going to open it. You just put it back in the fucking thing as long as you save the receipt. Mr. Cheap, remember? But it's real. You have to save the receipt. Save the box that's small. When it goes... You know, you're like, whatever, I'll just clean the seat. Because I might just clean the seat and shampoo it. But it will take like 3 days to fully dry. Because I'm going to really shampoo that seat. And you know what a lot of people don't know? If you have any skills at all. Cars with high mileage. This one has 150, which is like middle mileage. It's nothing to me. I've had vehicles with 300,000 miles that ran great. But anyhow, you switch the seat. But the controls aren't the same. Yeah, a lot of times it won't fit, but a lot of times they will fit. You can put the passenger seat in the driver's seat if you want. I don't care that much because I'm going to get rid of this car, but I'm going to drive it too. It's just amazing how much people lied, you know what I mean? And like I said, I got a good deal too. But with all the shit that was really wrong with it, It should have been amazingly cheap. Does it mention that it has a cracked windshield? I should just go through the list because this car is literally beat. Does it mention there's a crack on the windshield on the driver's side? Does it mention the mirror is cracked? Does it mention the whole thing is destroyed and glued on the bottom? It's glued inside and doesn't work on electrics. You can't see out of this car with that mirror. What else? Oh, the gas door thing doesn't open. It's supposed to open. You have to literally get a knife to get inside here. It's just permanently broken. At least this little flap is there. It's pretty cool German shit. Doesn't mention that. Fuck, man. It's just wild how... Oh, the 3 different colored tinted windows. This thing has like a broken thing on the top. See, this has like a fucking... a split inside the roof where there was some kind of water getting in there. So you know there's going to be a huge peel. Some circular peel is going to be on there. And there's another thing right there. Oh no, that's part of it. But this is a split in the paint, which is probably, 4 inches long. And you could see, it doesn't matter. But most people, that's going to really bother them because that's going to cause a lot of damage in the future. I don't know what else. There was something else that was really bad on this car. Besides that dent, he didn't mention that. Oh, like it doesn't matter to me. I don't even care. But like people would notice all this stuff. Like I'm surprised that this has so many holes in it for the license plate mounting. I'm sure, but they're all different. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 holes. Then you go down here, another mounting spot, 11, 12, right? And then the license plate is over here. So that'd be 13, 14. So, think about it. The fucking license plate is over here. This is a Wild West right here. I'm just thinking about how insane this car is. Imagine just on Craigslist. Oh, this thing. That's what I was looking at too. But there's something else about the car. He said the battery, he goes, the radio is missing, which is a huge deal to most people. Oh, yes, the kicker, because we're in Los Angeles. I knew it was a big deal. This is after I agreed to the 600, and he was like so shocked that I was like, no, I don't want it. The AC doesn't work. And it's never recharging it. And it's always 200 or 300 or 400 or never fixes it. And in California, it doesn't matter what time of the year it is. Yesterday it was hot. The car was hot. And the AC doesn't work. So he was ready to sell it for $1,200. If someone came there, he would have said, yeah, it's a great deal. You scored. The car's full of trash. Everything's broken on the car. But the thing is, the car runs good and it doesn't leak oil. It might like have no tranny fluid in it because it doesn't like going in first gear. But a lot of cars have that issue with high miles because first and reverse are the most used gears. So first and reverse usually get worn out first, and go figure, first and reverse are the ones that aren't working. So I'm not in a big rush to check because everything else is perfect and it's quiet. There's no like sound. It drives quiet. It's quiet in there. Oh, it's so funny how much shit is wrong with this car, dude. But at the same time, it's stable. You know what I mean? Like it has 4 different tires, but it drives good. Oh, there was like no air in the front tires, which has all the weight because it's a front wheel drive, front transmission, front engine. Everything is there. The axles are there. No air in the front tires. I thought there was a flat because I didn't check it. I come out in the morning. It was just empty. What else was a huge issue with this car? Oh, the door lock over there is screwed. There's so much I can't even think. Like this paint chip, I don't even want to mess with it. Look at, but oh, the back trunk stays open unless you manually lock it and the light's always on. This thing stays out because it's broken. It won't act up because it's on film. Look, oh, this door is working perfect. I don't want to break it. This is the thing, you know, when they talk about, if you're a mechanic, I hope you are, probably you will be if you're watching a video like this. Okay, you bring your car to the fucking shop. Whatever the problem has been ailing the car for months, sometimes years, goes away. It's real. It's an anomaly. It literally goes away when you get to the shop, okay? So this thing was staying out. I just said the door, right? Oh, dude, this is insane. I'm not going to break it, but this fucking handle, you'd pull on it, and it would stay out. Dude, it's fixed. That's wild. It would stay out and you'd literally not notice it. So you'd be inside, right? You'd go to close the door inside and then the door would be open when you're driving. This all happened yesterday. I found out real fast. I can barely see. My camera's getting dead. That's why I'm walking around deliriously. I'm trying to get the battery to come on. Okay, there we go. Jesus Christ, I couldn't see what I was filming. But the handle's not broken. That's amazing. We should have another video later if it starts. Oh, look! Because I asked for it. But that's what it does every time. Because it's like, oh, we don't need to do a video later. But that was proof right there. That is awesome. That's exactly what happens when you go to a mechanic. If you ever have that problem where you're at a shop, you go watch this video, this Mr. Cheap video, the door handle. Look at that. I want it to be back to normal though. I want it to be not normal. I want it to be fixed. Thank you. Fixed, please. Thank you. I like that. Perfect. I'd rather have it fixed, but I'm glad you saw that because it happened all day yesterday. I was in and out of this car like 15 times. I went to eat 2 different places. I went shopping in it. I went to the dollar store. Oh, shit. Oh, I should have a whole different video of the stuff at the dollar store. The dollar store is insane, and it's a Chinese dollar store. I went to 2 different ones. I should have different videos on both of them because one of them literally is a Mexican one. That one sells everything, including like natural shit that shouldn't even be legal. It's like from Mexico and El Salvador with like peyote and marijuana in it for like pain. I'm gonna put some on right now, but I put some on earlier. It works good. And one of them has like fucking lidocaine in it, which is like shit that they give you at the dentist. I don't even know how that's legal. And it's like, no wonder the pain goes away. It's a straight up topical number. It numbs. It's literally freezing cold when you put it on. But it was definitely not $1, but I should do a video about that. And this car, man, there's so many different things. Like the emblems are completely trashed, front and back, like trashed. But like things that people, and I already cleaned this car, it looks a lot better. Like this emblem or this thing for the under this was all black. I literally had to polish that out. The car was literally destroyed inside. Fuck, man, I showed one of my friends, they were like, what's up with the inside of that car? See, the handle's working. That's fucking awesome. I like that better. But they just didn't like how thrashed the fucking inside of the car was. It was destroyed. And I'm just like one of those people, I'm not even like that picky, but I cleaned it pretty nice. Dude, I did the fucking scrub brush on the whole thing. The wheel brush. And I did the steering wheel with alcohol. I think when you get a car, I didn't even Windex it yet. I did a fast job because this car is trashed. It's been stolen. He's got lien paperwork. He gave me the lien paperwork. Didn't say it was stolen. I didn't even mention that. Doesn't say the car. Oh, the glove box. The glove box. It doesn't mention that. I go, oh, I can't get in the glove box because the handle's broken. He goes, oh, it doesn't work. And that was after I was, and this door was broken like this. It was not, it was insane how much shit was wrong with this car. The clock, dude. I can't see the time on my phone. I wonder if it's right. Oh, that's funny. The clock might be right. It probably is. No, it's not. But it's probably close. What else about this car that's so insane? Like obvious shit's all missing. It's broken. That cup holder's missing. Like the obvious stuff. But there's just so much that people would just be like, fuck no, I'm good. But I still took it because maybe that's the point. Because I can go wherever I want in this. If I need to drive to New York City, I could. Imagine that. People can, if they have any mind, you don't have to spend $500. Look for $1,000. If you have a couple more bucks, look for $1,500. If you're looking for $1,500, you can be searching for cars $2,500, $2,000 for sure. And you make that with a cash offer, they will take it. It's true. And you can find cars 2012 for $2,500 or less. 2013 for $2,500 or less. It's true. Go look. They're out there. And don't be afraid of high mileage cars. If they're running and driving good, be confident in that car running and driving good. Maybe take it on the freeway for 30 minutes. Tell the guy you're going to put gas in it. I don't know what you need to do to feel comfortable. But this guy has been driving this car every day to work for a year. And puts like fucking 300 miles a week on it. And I was like, that's a good car. 150,000 miles, 20 years old, perfect amount of miles. I think it's best to have 5,000 at least a year and no more than 20. But like between 5 and 10 is a good number to keep a car between 5 and 10 per year, if it's possible. That, not for you, but a car that's had about that many miles on it is a good number. It's been worked on enough. It hasn't been sitting its whole life, and it's got all the fluids moving it. Trust me, they last forever. I sold my other truck with 310,000 miles to a fucking landscaper guy who said he was going to make it his work truck because he's like, this truck's going to run forever. It was a Nissan, but it was properly maintained, 2000 Frontier. And he knew it would run forever. That thing still had ice cold AC from a factory. It never leaked any fucking free. I don't know how it didn't go bad. Maybe it's because I didn't use it that much. But I used it on the super hot days. I like my windows down. Cruise like a dog with your head out the window and shit. But I haven't put those headrests back on there because you get a better view out the window, right? And no one's going to sit back there anyways. So I might just leave it gutted. Also, because when you fold the fucking seat down, if you fold that seat down, it will hit the backrest. And I know it sounds crazy every time I say like a cuss word. It's in passing. I'm not even really cussing. It's like a shitty language that we learned in Los Angeles schools, bro. It's not even like fake. That's for reals. It is for. I got Febreze back here just in case, and that's the dollar store Febreze, Mr. Cheap. You know, except for when it comes to food, though. I like good food, and I guess good clothes too sometimes. Sometimes good clothes, good food, good fun, good experiences, trips. This car is hilarious. I definitely put it through its paces yesterday. This thing got put through its paces. And it's supposed to be raining here in the next couple of days, so I don't even know if I'm going to wash this, because I still want to do a wax on it and do a video about that. But I also want to check in that air filter. I guess I could do that. It's not a one-handed thing, because there's, look at the air filter's kind of limp too. Oh, that mount is down there limp. It's not a one-handed thing. I can get these off with one hand, but I gotta unscrew that. Look how clean that VW is coming out from that Marvel. That Marvel's awesome. Look at that. That Project Farm guy, if you've ever seen those videos, he should have a video on how Marvel makes stuff clean. You can put Marvel on anything and it literally makes it look brand new again. What is that? Is that the headlight? Oh, you gotta like clip over there. I was looking at that clip and I was like, what is that? Like a secret door? It is a secret door. A German invention to get to the fucking headlight. See? It literally goes to the headlight. That's awesome. That windshield wiper is ridiculous. I'm gonna have to get, I don't know how they got it in there. It's clipped in. It's clipped. That clip is inside there, but it's sideways. It's not like it bent. It is completely sideways. There's a crazy guy over here just walking. What the fuck did he go on that side of the house for? Instead of, look, there's a road right here. Check this out. This guy's a genius. You see this? We have stones. You can just walk right by and go right up the little pathway. I don't want them to see me because they'll be flattered. But the point is, we got a fucking flat. He just climbed up that and almost broke his neck. That guy is ludicrous. Wow. People are losing it. These are the rich people in Los Angeles that have no brain. It's like almost a problem that you get so... Something in their mind changes. It's like not an entitlement thing. They just don't even think, and it's not good for them. It makes them slower. I don't even know what that does. That's cool. I just saw this thing and it was dirty, so I wiped it off, and it has like a little... This thing's like broken. It says oil though. What is that for? Power steering or something? Brakes are so hard to feel in this. The brake fluid is back there. And here, this is for the brakes. It can't be. Goes down there. I don't know what that is. Goes inside there. Dude, this shit's got like fucking silicone and shit on it down there. But you expect stuff like that too, but it's just funny. What does this do? I should know what this does, but it's like a vent, I think, but it can't be a vent if it has a filler on it. I feel like this is a lid. That's why I'm tripping on it. I guess it's just a vent, but I think that does something because it shows an oil drop on it. It has two things, like a lock and an unlock. I think it is a fucking thing. I'm gonna see what that does. I should look at my owner's manual, bro. I'm sure it actually says something. Probably not, but 20 years ago, I'm thinking it might say something. Came with the original owner's manual. Some good things and a lot of bad things, but It's funny. It drives good. Like, you could drive this car to New York if you wanted. You just put gas in it. It does have some issues. It doesn't like to rev up. It's probably related to lots of things that have never been addressed, like air filter for sure, clogged up exhaust for sure, the cat's shot, the fucking... I should run some Marvel through it to eat that cat out. Put some diesel in it. And what else is in it? Probably a fuel filter. I'm not going to go that far. It drives good. It just doesn't like to be revved up. It could just be full of shit. Some cars need to be readjusted. Like, after a while, the car might just blow out all the crap. It's not just carbon. The car hasn't been... People don't rev cars up. They shift them, if you're lucky, at 4,000 RPM. The fucking thing doesn't redline until 6,500, 7. It's a low redline. It starts at like 6,500. But people never go up high enough. The car's just not used to it. But I'm sure everything's clogged up on it. Oh, what is that? It's really clean back there, actually. I thought that was a reflection of something else. That's really clean. I didn't even notice that. Like I said, this thing doesn't leak a drop of oil. It's pretty impressive. And it's not like someone just pressure washed it. Dude, the fucking hose clamp is shiny back there. Jesus Christ. Like, things like that are impressive for any car, especially a car that's 20 years old with 150-something thousand miles on it. It's wild. Because it's not like... I've had it for, what, 4 days now? It's been driven 3 times, and one time... Not 3 times, 3 different days, but one day was all day. I drove it for 7 hours straight, basically, everywhere. It's got a Bosch oil filter on it, so at least whoever was doing it was using real parts. That's amazing. It's probably got good oil in it, but the oil's probably got 50,000 miles on it, because people don't change their oil. And the cap is removed. I think they have caps on them for the Freon. So someone's been tampering with that. Probably some guy trying to fill it up with a bottle. And I'm pretty sure that's a brand new motor mount. I don't know if it's brand new. Oh, it's stamped 98, but that's probably the year it's made for. Because when you look at it, it's so nice on the inside. Yeah, I guess maybe it is 98. I don't know, though. Maybe it was like new old stock. I still don't get it. Maybe that's the way they print it. Maybe it's just in that good a shape. Just the stuff that people touch is in bad shape. The battery, this part. Like, what is that? That's gotta be for something. Where they put a Duralast gold in here? I didn't even look because I don't even care. I figured the guy was a ghetto idiot. And Duralast isn't great, right? It's from our auto parts store called AutoZone. But gold is the best one. Oh, see? Cold cranking amps, $650. That's gotta be high. Yeah, 810. 810. Hey, that's gotta be big for this car. That's hilarious. This is like $100 battery, maybe a little bit more. And he just put this in. He was saying that he spent $550 on the brakes and the battery. No wonder. He's hilarious. 810. Look at this. It doesn't even have a cover on it. Peekaboo. Look at that. The fucking timing belt is just posted right there. This guy's a fucking boss. Imagine someone just buys this car and has no idea. Oh, it's got a mark on it too. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Someone was working on it. See? Yep. That's hilarious. That's not his factory. Jesus Christ. Just open. It's like a ricer, bro. Got the cam gears on it. That's funny. And this thing actually handles very well, like superbly. It literally is like almost... I'm surprised how good it handles. I guess it is lowered. I don't know. I really don't know enough about it. I bought this car so randomly. It was not what I was even thinking of getting. I wanted an automatic too. Just to cruise and just sit there and not do anything. But my passion and my heritage is stick, so I guess it makes sense to have a stick. Well, I'll let you guys go. I'm just literally blown away by this whole fucking thing. Like, I'm looking at these bolts right now and I'm like, I wonder if those are even factory. Like, they look like they're factory, obviously, but they don't look that perfect, right? Like, they don't look that perfect. Like, this car has been wrecked and repainted and shit. Like, this headlight doesn't sit inside. The hood on this side doesn't close. Watch. This doesn't like going in place. It's naturally not fitting, but the hood on this side, okay, that's locked, so you know it's locked, and the whole handle goes back in when you lock it. The hood on this side doesn't line up at all. See, it doesn't line up. This side it does. It's way different, bro. The front line's up pretty good, even though it's smashed. Still pretty good. Just the whole car is hilarious. Imagine you went to buy this car and like drove like an hour and a half, or God forbid 2 hours each way to get a car. Look at this, just floating. To get a car, this is broken. Like to get a car that's $1,200 and you've like saved up money and you're looking for a bug. Because I'm sure some people love these. There's a lot of VW clubs and shit. There's probably even Beetle clubs. So you go get it, everything is thrashed on. You're just like, fuck, I drove all the way out here. You just buy it. Yeah, this has been repainted. This at least one time spray painted. Look at that. You can even see it on the film. See, I haven't looked at this car. I'm not that picky. I don't care about it. As long as it drives, the point is that it was $550. And it's a car you could drive to work every day. Get food for yourself, food for your kids, food for your family. Make that paycheck. And even if you have a nice car, they call these beaters in Canada, but here you could just have it as a daily beater for city driving or wherever you park. If you don't want to put a lot of miles on a leased car and you want a really nice high-end car, you have that car to drive at night or once a week to work and on the weekends, and that car looks pristine every time you take it out of the garage and you leave that beater on the street or next to the nice car in the garage, whatever you want. The point is you're saving money. It's not about being poor, okay? Frugalness is not being poor, has nothing to do with being broke. Frugalness is just being cheap and intelligent and knowledge of your money, penny wise, you know, have the awareness of spending. I lost control many times. I didn't get this knowledge on fucking accident. It was like through tons of life experience. I even got a settlement before I was 21 years old with a lot of money, and I blew all that money on stuff, and I just lost my... Before that, I was pretty good, actually. That's when I was not pretty good. I was getting more pay and getting cocky because I didn't go to college, and I was getting cocky with my good job and my money at so young of age. And then I got hurt, and then I got a settlement, and I was like already kind of like buying crazy shit because I was making good money and I was young. And then I had the settlement money, and I was like, Jesus Christ, buying all kinds of stuff. Then you spent that in a couple years, and then you go back to reality, and it's just like shit. And it took me like seriously 9 or 10 years to readjust to reality. It was ridiculous, and I've been trying to fight that ever since. And most people are fighting with it naturally, but it's like, how much fun does that bring for you? Not that much. I tried pausing it, wouldn't let me pause it. That's funny. I was not pause it. I was trying to end the video because it's at 30 minutes almost. I gotta stop. They don't let you put more than 30-minute videos on YouTube, I don't think. I'm gonna try to stop it. I just did it again. It wouldn't let me stop. It just wants me to go on and on and on. I could talk forever, but I don't have that much to say right now. I'm even laying down on my back stretching. I'm gonna try to stop it for the third time. It will not let me stop. Okay, I readjusted it, now it'll do it.